And he lines one into right field for a base hit. Cano around third, heading home. Soto's throw to the plate is cut off. On to third goes Canna. Jeff McNeil with a 2-out RBI, and it's 4-0 New York.
2-out Lightning.
Second hit of the day for Jeff McNeil. He drives in a run.
Velocity versus pitchability. Another pitch right in the same spot.
I said, well, we don't really do cake pregame. Deep fly out to right field, heading for the foul pole, and it takes a bounce off. Jeff McNeil, happy birthday. He goes back-to-back jacks on that trip around the sun. That's a lucky day for him. He start to figure out what it means. 17.24, good, bad? McNeil up the middle, a ground ball with eyes. 1 run will score. He holds up at first, RBI single. Mets through all the delays, and they add on another run, 7-3 lead over the Nationals.
We may, just an idea, we may need to incorporate a hit probability.
Absolutely.
You know?
Roscoe ahead in the count, 1-2. And Varsho lifts one out to left. McNeil giving ground onto the warning track. Makes the catch right before he hit the padding. Beautifully done by McNeil. Something of a slow start, but he made up ground and made a terrific play for the second half. For a guy who is not considered an outfielder, he plays a heck of an outfielder.
He never looked for the wall. He had his eyes fixed on the ball.
Thomas using the full windup, and McNeil hits it right over the bag and down the line, and that'll bring in 2. Jankowski is in, McCann right behind him. McNeil pulls in at second with a 2-run double. And McNeil pulls one over the bag, and that's a fair ball. That'll bring in the Mets' first run. McNeil duplicating Dom's hit, and he's going to try for 3 as the ball sticks in the corner again. The relay by Marte not in time. 2-1 coming. Now McNeil lines it into left center field for a base hit. Escobar is in. Here comes Canna. Canna will score. It's a 2-run base hit for Jeff McNeil. And the Mets take the lead. It's 2-0 in the 5th.
Well,
next pitch laced left center field with Carey. Schwarber can't get it. It gets to the ground. McNeil continues an unbelievable night. He ends up on second with a double. His second double of the night. He matches Smith with 4 hits. And the Mets now in double figures, leading at 10-4.
3-4 inches.
And McNeil shoots one down to first. It gets by Bell. Alonso is in. Here comes Davis to score. The game is tied. On to third goes Escobar. McNeil winds up at second. And the Mets have gotten even at 2-2. A hot shot. Too hot for Bell to handle. And the Mets get even.
We'll see how they're going to score that.
So Jeff McNeil, yet another hard hit ball off the Met bat. This one produces 2 runs. McNeil hits it hard, base hit. In to score is Escobar. Jeff McNeil with an RBI single. It's now 8-6, and Patrick Mazeika will come to the plate as the tying run.
I'll tell you what, these Mets never die.
Well, in a game where they've been out hit 16-7, the Mets have got a shot in the bottom of the 9th.
McNeil hits it hard, a base hit down the right field line. Lindor on his way to third. Joey Cora's going to wave him home. Relay throw will not be made. Jeff McNeil an RBI double. Line drive, base hit into left field. Lindor being waved home. O'Neal's throw to the plate. Not in time. The game is tied. Jeff McNeil drives home Lindor.
Bases loaded, 1 out. And he pulls one into right field for a base hit. That'll bring in Nimmo. Canna around third. He'll score as well. Jeff McNeil, first pitch, 2-run single. And the Mets cash a pair in the first inning. And he laces one to center field. Coming over is Bader. Reaches down. He can't make the catch. Canna is in. Lindor scores. To third goes Alonso. Jeff McNeil drives in a pair, and the Mets lead 5-3. And Carlson floats one into left center. On comes McNeil, and he slides to make the catch. Jeff McNeil is everywhere. He's here. Jose Iglesias loops one out to left. McNeil coming over, diving, and he made the catch. Jeff McNeil showing off again in left field. Another tremendous play to rob Iglesias of a hit for the second out.
You know, he has raised his defensive game a couple of notches. He's always been a good defensive player, instinctually a good player, but his play in left field has been extraordinary. His play at second base, the same.
And he drives one in the air to deep right field. Yastrzemski looks up, and that is way out of here. Jeff McNeil with a long two-run homer. His second home run of the season, a two-run shot. And the Mets stretch their lead to 8-2.
Well, 3-1 count, looking for a fastball, and he kind of runs to first base, so that just opens up that down and in pitch. And it was down and over the middle, right in his wheelhouse.
Walton flies one toward the left field line. Long run for McNeil, reaching out, sliding, and he held on, and he hit that sidewall hard. And Escobar immediately says, get the trainer out here.
He's grabbing his wrist.
McNeil in a 9-1 game, laying out and making a brilliant catch, but he is hurt. Escobar takes the liberty of dusting him off. Let's see where he hit the sidewall, made a little dent there. And let's see if he's okay.
Every hit for the Mets tonight has come with 2 strikes. That's lofted down the line. They've got another. It's a home run. He made contact. There's going to be at least 1 run by hitting it in the air. That is so textbook. There is no wasted movement. You see the hips and the hands go in conjunction, and that ball smoked. For a little guy, he still has a lot of power. Little guy who's choking up 4 or 5 inches on that bat.
Slapped over the bag. That's a fair ball going down the line for McNeil. Escobar's in to score. McNeil heads for second. He slides in safely with a double. 10-5 New York.
This club is
tonight. Escobar continues his outstanding series. And that's light off Minaya. It rolls into no man's land. McNeil beats it out. The run comes home. The ball gets loose, but no further advance. So Minaya.
As Edwin Diaz goes to work, first pitch swinging. Matt Duffy is robbed by Jeff McNeil.
And that is as tough a play as you'll get, a low sinking liner in front of you. And I got to say, a lot of times when you're running in, it's hard. It's really hard because you're usually staring through the light standards above the stadium, so you're somewhat blind trying to stare through the lights, and Diaz loves it.
Now a fly ball could bring in a run with Jeff McNeil coming up. And he does swing and hits it off the pitcher's glove, and it trickles out into the outfield. Marte scores. Alonso will be held at third. McNeil to second. He slides in safely. McNeil drives one deep toward the right field corner. That ball is out of here. Jeff McNeil jumping on a first pitch from Corbin Burns to get the Mets on the board. 4th home run of the year for McNeil to cut the Brewers lead to 3-1.
I think this was the curveball, and he hung it and got it middle in. He's been throwing that curve in the outside corner to left-hand hitters, and he makes the mistake of throwing that right into McNeil's wheelhouse.
And he loops this one into right center. That's going to fall for a hit, and that'll bring in a run. Nimmo crosses the plate. To third goes Plummer, and McNeil, trying for an extra base, is thrown out. Oof. RBI single for McNeil, but he is thrown out, trying to stretch it into a double with his team down by 8 runs to end the inning.
Yeah, not a wise choice.
Hit toward the middle. That's a base hit, and that'll bring in the game's first run. Canna's in to score. Lindor goes first to third. Jeff McNeil comes through again. Finds the hole, hits it through, drives in the with 2 in scoring position. And Jeff rockets one into right field for a base hit. That brings in Canna. They're going to hold Davis at third. Jeff McNeil comes through again, drives in the first run of the day, and it's 1-0 New York.
Well,
another. And McNeil drives one down the right field line. That's going to go to the corner, and that'll score Alonso. McNeil into second base with an RBI double, and the Mets go back in front 2-1.
On the first pitch of
and McNeil pulls one past Drury into right field, and the Mets have a run. Nemo's in to score. Alonso will go first to third. Jeff McNeil with the RBI single, and the Mets break their drought. It's 1-0 New York. RBI number 35.
Smart, so they're going to go with a changeup.
3-1 coming. And McNeil lines it the other way for a base hit. Lindor is in. Alonso will be held at third. McNeil drives on a run to make it 6-3 New York. A ball that Rizzo nearly hit out of the ballpark. Over the mound, tough play. Who's going to get it? McNeil with the bare hand. One hopper grab by Alonso. They get him. Oh, wow.
not let it affect his defense, and this is a beautiful play. Pete plays the long hop. This is the play right here. He had it in the palm too, and he was able to adjust the ball in his hand. Look at that. Just a fine play. Bravo.
McNeil drives one toward right. Back for it, De La Cruz. It is gone. Home run, Jeff McNeil. Line drive, base hit, Jeff McNeil. Alonso scores. Vogelbach goes to second. 2 runs on 4 straight hits for the Mets. RBI for McNeil, and it's 2-0.
Well, this lineup is a lineup that has been going deep in counts. Not today.
1-2 coming. And McNeil hooks one into right field for a base hit. Alonso around third, heading for the plate. He will score. A throw goes to second. Jeff McNeil with an RBI single behind in the count. And the Mets have tied the game 1-1.
How many times, Garrett, does this team answer the call? When an opposing team scores, they come right back. This is not a bad slider. Jeff just kept his hands back. And a little flick of the top hand, the wrists. And good hitting. 2 outs. Pete's going to break on contact. Easy score.
So a responsive run, a 2-out run, a 2-strike hit. 2-2 coming. And he grounds one past Olsen into right field, a base hit. That'll bring in Lindor. Alonso pulls in at second. McNeil comes through with a 2-out RBI to cut the Braves lead to 8-2. The Mets have been looking for that hit for several innings. And that's going to be the end of the line for Ian Anderson, who's not going to get a crack at his 10th win. He'll be taken out with a 6-run lead. And McNeil flies one to center field. Back goes Harris to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here. Jeff McNeil with an opposite field home run. And now it's 9-6. 6th home run of the year for McNeil.
Boy, that ball has been carrying to left field. Nice hitting by Jeff. Went right with the pitch.
No silent treatment this time. That's lined into right field for a base hit. Lindor turns third. Acuna comes up with it cleanly. Here's the throw to the plate. Lindor safe. Down to second base goes McNeil, and it's 3-0 New York.
He just rips his fastball. But you got 2 outs, a run to drive in, strong arm in right field. He never stopped, tried to draw the cutoff. And I'm not sure it was that cutoff was catchable.
No.
It was over. Then it's a great read by Jeff. Good base running.
The one thing about Acuna, he's got a great arm. He takes a long time to get rid of it.
Good alert base running.
Jeff McNeil will lead off against Mike Minor in the bottom of the 4th. And McNeil unloads one to deep right center. Back in the gap goes Senzel. He looks up, and it's out of here. Jeff McNeil, his first home run against a left-hand pitcher this season. His 7th home run of the year, 3-0 New York. And he clobbered that one.
Fastball, too much plate and up, covered it nicely.
1-2 coming. And the curveball hit toward the middle with a dime, and India can't get it, base hit. Ruff around third, he will score. Jeff McNeil with an RBI single, and the Mets tack one on. It's 4-0. 2nd hit of the night for McNeil. Got it just by the dive of India. 2 RBIs tonight for Jeff. 44 for the year as he chases home Ruff. McNeil goes the other way, and that's a fair ball going down the line. That'll bring in Vogelbach. McNeil trades places with him, and it's 10-2 New York.
Oh, boy.
Second RBI of the day for Jeff. And McNeil now has a 13-game hitting streak. Second longest of his career.
Wow, they're just teeing off.
That's a scored 3 times here in the 6th to break this puppy open.
Another good one. Now look how Jeff's on top of the plate. That's what we're talking about, why they're all getting hit a lot.
2-2 coming. Curveball line into right center field for a base hit. Vogelbach around third. He'll come in to score. Castellanos' throw to the cutoff man. McNeil with a magnificent at bat. And on the 9th pitch, got a curveball to hit and drives in the 3rd run of the inning. It is 4-0 New York.
Curveball down and in. Just gets it off the end of the bat and puts it into perfect place. Bermuda Triangle like. Easy for Vogelbach with 2 outs to score.
McNeil lines one into center field for a base hit. That'll bring in Lindor. Alonso will go first to third. McNeil's got his 3rd hit of the day and his 2nd RBI, and it's 8-1. Well, McNeil takes advantage of the position player on the mound and drills one. Now McNeil lines one into center field for a base hit. That'll chase home Lindor. Vogelbach stops at second. McNeil with his 2nd hit of the day drives in a run, and the Mets now have a 4-0 lead. Grind you down and spit you out.
Came into this game 3 for 23 off Wheeler, and has got a couple of hits in this afternoon's game and is giddy about it.
Chance for some here. And a liner that will be caught. Out goes Jeff McNeil. He says no. What a catch. Bases loaded, and McNeil makes the grab. Fully outstretched in shallow right. This looked like it was going to fall. McNeil says no.
And a changeup hit the other way. Diving stop McNeil. He gets up and throws out Hoskins. Wow. Has Jeff McNeil had a great series with the glove. And by my count, that's the 5th play in the last 2 days that McNeil has made to rob a Phillies batter of a hit. He ropes one toward the gap in right center. Cabrera cutting over. He won't get there. It's up the gap and all the way to the wall. Alonso digging around third. He's going to try to score. And now he fell. And now they're running at McNeil. And Alonso scores, and McNeil gets back safely. Huge mistake by the Yankees. They ran after McNeil. Alonso had fallen, was going back to third, but then he broke for the plate when they went after McNeil, and the Mets have tied the game.
Oh, boy, that is a bonehead play.
Field in. He lines one into right field for a base hit. Scampering it is Alonso. Lindor heading home. The throw to the plate by Mitchell is cut off. It's a 2-run single for Jeff McNeil, and the Mets have blown it open. It's 7-0 New York.
Little hanger. You can't make that kind of pitch to Jeff. Down and in. Just a kind of a lazy breaking ball. And I don't know why they cut this ball off. They had a shot at the plate. If you're going to, a big wide turn by Lindor there.
And he lines one into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Lindor read it well. He's around third. Anderson with a strong arm is thrown to the plate. Can't be handled by Stallings. The Mets tie the game. McNeil goes to second. It's 1-1. And he lines one to center field. That's down for a base hit. Lindor around third. He'll come in to score. Jeff McNeil wastes no time. His 2nd hit of the day. Drives in a run, and it's 4-0 New York.
Jeff McNeil's hits are not going to be impressive, but guess what? 2 for 2 off the end of the bat.
McNeil hits one hard, and it's past Castro and into right center, and the Mets have the 1st run of the day. McNeil with the infield drawn in. Hit it too sharply for Castro to handle. Jeff snaps an 0 for 10 streak, and the Mets cash in the error and lead at 1-0. Juan Soto's gone to San Diego, and Meneses is outperforming him. McNeil running one down in the gap and makes a sliding play to retire Caratini and end the inning. McNeil's been everywhere out in left field today. He's amazing. He'll score after 2. McNeil drives one to deep right center field. Back in the gap goes Capel near the wall. He can't get there. It's off the fence. Around third, Escobar. He'll come in to score. McNeil with his 3rd hit of the night, a run-scoring double. And the Mets tack one on. It's 9-0.
Well, McNeil has these games where you just cannot get him out. It doesn't matter what pitch you use. That was a backdoor slider, not a terrible pitch from Wiles. And he beats Capel to the fence. So you always see that, even with 2 outs. Head down, picks up Cora.
Into left field. Alonso is coming around third base. And of course, McNeil gets another hit. He has put the Mets in front here in the 5th inning. How do you pitch to this guy? It's a 2-1 Mets lead.
And that is just classic hitting that we don't get a chance to see too often across the league, because the style of hitting is so unique. On driving the ball over the wall, he just drives the ball over the infield.
McNeil rifles this one down the line. He watches it go. That's a big fly for Jeff McNeil. His 8th. 2nd home run of the night for the Mets, and they go on top.
Gets a good look at it. Puts that foot down and just barrels it.
That's what you call running into one. Got your normal approach and you get a hanging curveball. It speeds up the bat and you run right into it.
The sound said it all.
Into those swings.
And now McNeil cracks one deep right field, and that ball's out of here. How about that? 3 in a row. Nimmo, Lindor, and McNeil back to back to back to start the 1st inning.
Well, you know, Jeff's thinking anything you guys can do, I can do as well or better. That's Jeff's mentality with everything that he does. And so he said, I'm going to get one that I can handle. Wouldn't it be fun to do it 3 in a row? And look at him, he did it.
First time in the Mets 61 years that they had ever led off a 1st inning with back-to-back home runs. Nimmo, Lindor, and McNeil. Jeff with his 9th of the year as he chases a batting title and joins the home run barrage.
Rays infielders all in tight. And McNeil, that's into right field. That's going to plate Lindor. Alonso coming in. Soto slides over, throws it back in. McNeil with a big double. 2 more runs for the Mets. They lead it 5-2. The National League batting champion got ahead 2-0. Got a pitch he liked. Hit it hard enough to get by Cronenworth. Lindor and Alonso are in. And the Mets, needing to win the game, now have a 3-run lead.